And it could influence an
I reckon it will.
election.
A what, Tommy?
An election. Oh no. What a life. What a life to lead. Right. Do some syncing audio stuff. What's with the hand rub, bro? Oh well. No, your clap was better though.
It was.
Maybe it was the better clap.
Do you know why? Because the freaking hand rub.
It's the hand rub, bro.
That's what it was.
It's what it is. It's what it is.
What it is, what it do. How you doing? How you doing, guys?
People?
Hi, team. How you doing?
It's really high pitched.
It's very high pitched.
Oh well, here we go. It's
Such a good start.
It's a little bit of what's that Kiwi comics name? I just forgot. Reese Darby. I can't balance.
Yeah,
I can't balance.
That is definitely
He does a lot of high pitched stuff. I don't normally do it, but you know,
high
here we go.
pitch equals funny.
Welcome back to the Ruthlessly Unintelligent podcast, where we talk about ruthlessly unintelligent things and suck at uploading.
Yeah, this is a good point. As most of you will be aware, we're not very professional when it comes to stuff. So you know, we're trying to figure out a schedule, trying to figure out a way that we can make this work. In our very busy day-to-day lives.
Basically, I went away and then kind of had work 8 days in a row, which were like 10 or 11 hour shifts, and so that kind of isn't very conducive to editing and uploading.
Yeah,
so,
it's pretty grim.
Yeah, but episode 2 part 1 is up at the time of recording this. And episode part 2 is going to probably come soon.
Episode 2
part 2.
Yeah.
And then episode 3 part 1 and 2 will be coming up, I don't know, next week. Whenever you're watching this is whenever we got around to it.
This is a very good point because you were in it.
You were in it.
You were in episode 3 part 1.
That's a very
fantastic.
That's a high realization, isn't it? It's
that
like,
is.
Bro, you guys in the episode. Whoa.
Woke.
Yeah, that's what we got.
How about we start by let's talk about the Goose of Tuesday, because today is Thursday. Now normally we like to try to record on a Monday because it's my day off and Tommy doesn't start working until later.
Exactly.
But obviously something happened, so we weren't able to do it, which is fine. Tuesday rolls around and why don't you let them know? Because this one wasn't my goof. This was Tommy's goof.
Yeah, as per usual, really. I'm good at this stuff.
It's pretty common.
Although to be fair, but a lot of the reason is because I bring the gear. The gear lives at my house.
Yeah.
So I have things to forget.
So
I rock. I was like 2 minutes drive. Like I live 20 minutes away, and I was 2 minutes away from here, and then I go, cool. And I don't know why at that moment, but I chose to go through what we needed for recording. And I went, I don't have a camera bag.
So you know what? We kind of need that.
Yeah, we kind of need a camera. Actually,
it
kind of started before that though, because the biggest goof was I set a 7:30 alarm and then just turned it off and went back to sleep. I woke up at 10 to 9. We were supposed to be meeting at 9. And I was like, dope. And so I text Josh, got ready as fast as I could. Yeah. And just left the camera bag because who needs a camera?
Who needs the camera?
Who needs a camera to record video?
Honestly.
Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk?
Who would have thunk it?
So we just had breakfast and called it a day.
we called that a business meeting.
Yeah, and then after that I went and edited episode 2 part 1.
Bingo.
Finished off that. And
Perfect.
then so I just mildly productive.
And that's great. And my go from that day as well. While we were eating, I was getting ready to go to work. You know, put on my jacket and I was like, wallet, phone, keys. Did I put keys in my car to drive my car this morning? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
The answer is also I left my keys in the ignition in an unlocked car.
Yeah.
And I drove with Tommy to the place where we had breakfast, so I drove in his car. So we had to drive back, and all the time I'm sitting there, I'm just like,
I mean,
today.
it's not the easiest, not the hardest car to steal in the world if
Well,
it's got the keys in the ignition.
and it's unlocked. Also, there is really no element of other than the fact that they're taking it. There's not. It's just taking.
There's no difference
It's not
between the
breaking.
driver
It's not
and the
breaking.
random stranger at that point.
Yeah,
at that point, the relationship to the car is the same.
100%.
Everyone knows how to open a door
And get in. See, not everyone knows how to drive a manual though.
Indeed,
So that's
that
the
would be the one caveat.
That would be the crushing defeat of any burglar.
How bad would that be? You find
Any-
an unlocked car keys in the ignition, you look over and you're like, stick shift.
Any young like young millennial, old Gen Z
Yeah.
opens the car, gets in, and goes, "Why is there a third pedal? Why is there a second brake?
Was it?
Is there another brake? Is that what that does?
Do we need 2 brakes? Maybe one of them's the handbrake.
It's a handbrake.
Seriously? Yeah, exactly.
Let me just reach right into the footwell
Let me reach. No, but you know that's the thing on cars as well, don't you?
like a foot brake.
Yeah, but it's like a foot brake, but it's
But
like
it's the handbrake.
It's the handbrake,
But it's a foot
technically,
brake.
but it's a foot brake.
It's like, what's the difference?
They have
between
like
the two?
they have like a foot brake, and then like you release it with a little flap normally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. See, in my
So it's like both.
My parents' old car was it was just a click in and then click out when you're done.
Oh, I see.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
Um,
no, I've been at once. It's like a.
It's honestly
turn it
probably
on
the most
and then-
Tokyo Drift thing I've ever seen. Like, think about it. Think about this. Imagine
Yo.
rigging up like a Nissan Silvia S15.
Oh,
You know, with a instead of having a hydraulic
Instead of
handbrake,
having
you put it in second.
Oh,
you hit the
yes.
corner and you go.
That would be
keep
so
it
dope.
going, and then every time you start to gain traction, you just
That
You're
would
doing
be
like
that
this.
would be so dope. It's just like the footwork on that would be
bicycle
nuts.
pedaling
Absolutely nuts.
because you're going from
Like
clutch to brake to
manual,
accelerator to the
You
to the
have
foot brake itself.
4 pedals.
4 pedals to touch.
That would be amazing.
I think it'd be awful, but also it's
Yeah.
an amazing idea.
Yeah,
I'm gonna patent it.
it would be terrible to drive. I don't know if are there manual cars with foot brakes?
No.
Foot handbrakes.
Foot
I
handbrakes.
don't even
Foot
know what to
handbrakes.
call them. What do you call them?
Emergency brakes.
Oh, emergency brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
emergency
sense because
Or
I had to
park brake.
use some. Well, I didn't. My dad had to use some emergency brakes once.
Oh, really?
We were driving an old Daimler, just like a Jaguar, but you know, Anyway, most of you probably don't know what a Daimler is, but you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's just an old car.
It's
I
a
think
car.
an old like wedding car, basically, is what it is. And we were driving it in the North Island through Desert Road.
Yeah.
And my dad felt the brakes start to go.
Oh.
And he thought he was at like 50% brakes at the start, and then it started going down.
Ah.
And they were doing less and less. And then so he basically spent the last like 3K to a little town that we were coming up to. And he just didn't use the brakes.
Oh my gosh.
Because he was scared to use them. And
Yeah.
then so he's thinking, I'll try and see how far I can go without the brakes.
Sure.
And then when we get to the town, I'll use them to stop at a mechanic's or whatever.
Sure.
And then he gets into the town, pumps the brakes.
Car doesn't stop at
He's
all.
like just nothing. Like
Nothing at all.
He said he felt like a tiny bit of resistance, so maybe
Sure.
like 2% brakes.
Oh.
And this is a big, heavy old car.
Oh,
Like,
heck
this is
yeah.
So so he's coming in, no way to slow down, and he's just basically just coming down, comes in a side street with like an empty car park with like potholes and stuff through it, like basically veers into the side street, like tires screeching because he's going like 40 k's around the corner. That's the right angle. He goes into the car park through the potholes. The car's like,
Oh yeah.
it's like
This is weighty.
slamming through, comes back onto the main road because we passed by the mechanics. And he couldn't pull it, obviously, because he's
he
going
couldn't
50
stop.
k's an hour.
Yeah.
And so, but going through the car park and all the potholes kind of slowed him down a bit. So he gets to the exit of it, kind of like pulls the handbrake a little bit to slow down.
Sure.
And then pulls back out on the main road. Now he's back on the accelerator, but trying to go slowly.
Oh heck.
Pulls into the mechanics, which is kind of like on a little hill, just like pulls up there, pulls the handbrake. He's like, Okay.
Okay.
I'm
We're
safe.
good.
I'm safe.
We're good.
But I was following behind him in another car.
Oh, and just watching that?
Just watching him careen through this thing, just like the whole old suspension, just like.
It's like, oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Dad's back on crack. Awesome.
Dope.
Good to see. I don't know. I find that because you said he didn't use his brakes for the last 3K because he was scared to use the brakes.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's a funny concept. To me, that makes me think of like someone who's jumping out of a plane with a parachute, and they pull their primary, and it's got a tear in it, so they release it, and then they're falling, and they're like, I only have one parachute left. I can't really use it. I don't want to use it. I'm scared because if it doesn't work, I'll die.
If it doesn't work, I'll die.
If you don't pull it, you'll also die. Trust me. Trust me.
Yeah. I think the situation was probably more every time he used the brakes at the start, it would get less and less.
That's
so he's
enough.
like, I want to save some for the township
For
where I
town.
have to shop. But
You
it was all
2%.
gone anyway.
Yeah.
It was all gone.
Exactly.
Every single
Exactly.
bit.
Hey, you know what we didn't do?
What didn't we do?
Set a timer.
Oh, we didn't set a timer. That's all right
awesome.
though.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go check how long we've been recording.
Okay, that's
I'll be
cool.
right back. Entertain them.
Entertain the audience. Okay, I'm currently watching Mr. Josh Knowles walk to the back of the camera. He's going to check how long we've got left. How long do we have, Josh?
9 minutes.
We have 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Cool. That's dope. Can you set a timer for like 8 minutes and 30 seconds? Dope. That's perfect. And yeah, I mean, the audio, luckily we don't have anything on that. Actually, that's a good point. We should probably put power to the computer at some point. I am on lots of battery, but
Oh, yeah.
when we stop it next, we'll do that.
You make a good point, young sir.
Yeah, do we have anything? Because we just spent 10 minutes talking about goofs. Oh,
Yeah.
I did go into something other than random stuff we did. But
Still pretty random, though.
you got any things you like to talk about, Josh?
Well, yeah, I was actually, like, I was thinking, what's relevant? What's relevant right now? What's going to be relevant for a long time? TikTok.
Is anyone talking about that?
I think that the 1.3 billion installs are talking about that. The 500 million daily users are talking about that.
We're not ahead of the curve.
We're not first. We're definitely not first. But
Dang it!
I'll tell you what. Let me hit you with some things.
Some things.
Some
stats.
I did
some TikToks.
I did some research. Not
did
TikTok.
some research.
I did some research.
Some research.
I'm trying to be real about this whole potty.
This is dope.
Potty
This is dope.
podcast.
Potty pod.
Indeed. So I was thinking. I was driving home from work and I was thinking. Like, how much money is TikTok? Like what? Like, you know what I mean?
How much money?
How much money is TikTok? That's a very stupid way of saying it.
How much money is TikTok?
How much is TikTok worth?
How much is TikTok?
What do they reckon up?
I mean, like, you'd think, do they have ads?
Yeah. They do. They have sponsored content.
Oh, yeah.
So-
okay. Yeah, because I was thinking that they hadn't quite monetized everything yet.
Yeah.
And because that's what Facebook did. They didn't monetize for the first, few years. And then they built up a massive face. And then, they were actually losing money, but they were worth, $4 billion.
That's the funny thing, because this is a very, very similar trend.
Oh, yeah.
So it's owned by ByteDance, which is a data farming company.
Okay.
Chinese owned, which is actually another thing I'll talk about.
Ooh.
But in the first half, 8.4 billion in revenue.
In the first half of the year.
In the first half. First financial half.
That's pretty dope.
The previous half, loss making. They were a loss making company beforehand. So it's just that just goes to show that you can be on the complete downturn and then create one of the things that's going to revolutionize social media as an outlet for creatives. Because you don't have say with Instagram can be a lot more it's a lot more, social culture as in but it's also a little bit judgmental culture as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be a bit polished, you got to be a bit more refined, or you're a complete meme.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. It's never in between.
Yeah.
TikTok, however, you've got a little. It's more like Vine or like YouTube. It's more of that end of the spectrum.
Yeah. It's more just viral content.
Yeah, it's visual and it's auditory, so it's more than just static image stuff. Which I think is really cool. I think it's great for the content.
Yeah, boy, I like their content. Yeah, no, I think so. You see, they didn't make money in the previous.
No,
half.
they were loss making. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably that's the same thing with Facebook for the first when it was growing. they were actually losing money because of like they had basically maintenance costs, but they weren't monetizing anything.
Sure.
But the whole point in it is that the company's value was still going up.
Oh, heck yeah.
But they weren't making any money. They were losing money, but their value was going up, which was weird. But the reason for that is obviously attention. They just had such a massive database of users that was growing exponentially, basically. And so, yeah. And then they monetize, and then it's like, boom.
And so with ByteDance is obviously a data farming company, Chinese owned. It's really interesting seeing, I don't want to get political, but what the heck is oatmeal?
What is it?
Oatmeal?
Yeah.
Oats.
I
honestly, I've never made oatmeal in my life. But that aside, it's people are treating I'm saying people. A couple of articles were treating it as a genuine threat to America.
Yeah,
because they're like, you know what, like this could, they could influence, because they could suppress and and boost different posts depending on political views. 100%. That's shown with people rallying around the Hong Kong protests. The Chinese government suppressed the heck out of that content. Yeah. And got a couple of people jailed because of it. Yeah. Which is crazy to me.
That's nuts.
It's mental.
Yeah, I mean it's. Yeah,
and this is
freedom of the press.
This is probably pound for pound one of the strongest nations on the planet is China.
Oh yeah,
purely because very very strong military. Yeah, pretty decent economic status. They own pretty much all of America's debt. Yeah, which is it's upwards of like $3.5 trillion now.
What?
America's debt.
America's debt.
Is it more than that?
20 trillion.
Oh, okay.
Like I would say 23 trillion probably.
23? Oh, might have been 20.
Yeah, no, it was like 17, I don't know, 4 years ago or something. When
Probably up there with the 20s then.
But it's,
which is a huge number.
It's a big number.
Try quantify that. That's nuts. Yeah. Think about your daily pay packet and then times it by...
Does it even compare to a daily pay packet? What?
Have fun with that.
That's what. Yeah. Okay.
I mean yeah. But I just think it's an interesting way. It's an interesting way out.
Yeah. And, I think influencing politics. A lot of people were talking about that. Although I don't know if much content on TikTok is political.
Not that I've seen.
Not really.
The algorithm tailors to what you will sit and watch more. Yeah. So obviously, I don't really see all that much political stuff. It tends to be just memes. Yeah, but old memes.
But then, do people post political? Like, is there actual serious content?
Yeah, I've seen a couple. TikTok? I've seen a couple ones that are just like media spreading false content about Donald Trump. The wall's a good idea. Like blah blah blah. Running through that kind of thing, and then you get like people who like come back in the comments, or they'll make like another video in response to that video and be like, nah, that's not right. You're wrong. I'm cool. Like, y'all are arguing about politics on an app that was started for 12-year-old girls.
Amen.
Who had their phone and they were like,
yeah, exactly. Doing all this.
And you've got these
stuff,
boomers that are going, Donald Trump's good. And you got boomers that are saying, Donald Trump's bad. And I'm in the middle, I'm just like, He oranged though.
He oranged though. Well, yeah, it's like, he's good, he's bad. Well, he's human. He's human, done some good things. Yeah. And some bad things.
There is.
We can actually distinguish between the good things he's done and the bad things 100%. He's done. That's totally fine.
And like I said, I don't want to get political. I ain't gonna get political.
Yeah, that's good. Let's do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's not that vibe. Ugh. But yeah, that makes an interesting point that China owns it because yeah, obviously, like all the American-owned, like social media platforms, it's kind of like they're a little bit more freedom of everything. Sure. And so we probably haven't seen any TikTok suppression, but it might come. And it could influence an election.
I reckon it will.
Election.
A what, Tommy?
An election. I didn't even say anything.
Oh my!
Oh,
I was trying to send. No, honestly, you start your TikTok ads for Viagra.
Gamer girl. I didn't say anything.
I'm 4 years old, Tommy. You gave me an opening. I took it.
It was fully like I was going to say a fully different word, and then I said election, but the other word I was going to say had an R in it.
And you mix the two, and what does that sound like?
I didn't mix the two though.
You said you went, and I was like, I know what you're gonna say. Oh
No.
see, like I would say that'd be a mean name for this episode, but imagine that. Donald Trump and erections. Love it. I'm gonna turn the camera off now.
Way to go, boys.
Oh no.
Bye.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe that just happened.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty jokes.
I didn't even, there was nothing. As soon as I was just like,
Did you feel it?
I did feel it.
Yeah.
I was like, and then I said election, and I was like, oh, no.
Oh
Okay,
man.
I don't even know how we can move on from that. I don't know.
How do we move on unless we get sponsored by like, you know, a performance enhancing kind of company? Which I don't think we will be. That'd be dope though.
No.
Imagine that being a sponsor.
Oh, no thanks, man.
You know
no
what?
thanks.
You want Blue Chew?
Blue Chew.
Blue Chew's alright.
Man, I feel like I don't know how the audience is going to respond to that, but at a guess, every guy just cracked up at that.
Yeah.
And maybe some girls, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they might just be like, what the heck is this guy's talking about?
Did you laugh or did you lose?
Did you laugh or did you
Post in the comments.
Down in the
Post in the old comments. You been seeing much PewDiePie recently?
Not a little bit. Not a lot. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's totally cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Not a lot. What's he up to?
what's he up to? Well, he's kind of just doing like
Oh, he's doing his Minecraft.
he's doing Lawise, but he doesn't ever title them Lawise anymore.
No, it's something very strange.
It's just like some random like my comments are the worst.
Danny DeVito is my godchild.
Exactly.
You know?
Just like that's it. Yeah.
Bank's name tag, unreleased footage.
And
what?
then it's like Lawai, and it's like okay.
And does the intro, and you're like, oh, this is a Lawai video. Okay, this is different.
That's cool. They used to title them Lawai, episode 56.
Yeah, and then you became, pee pee poo poo, council of bit. Very strange.
I stopped
content.
watching the Minecraft video as soon as it became
you're not watching
too much a story.
It's kind of going back towards more of him just enjoying the game.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like he just released an episode. He made a tower of cake.
A tower of cake.
Yeah, because you place the cake and you eat it in 6 bites essentially.
Yeah.
So you make the tiers. So
that's right.
And then you move it back a block and you keep going up. It's actually a good episode.
Like a staircase, super steep staircase.
Exactly. So that his horse can get up IKEA tower. That's literally the only reason he did it.
That's amazing. Good on him.
Great reason.
Good on him.
But
that's the kind of content I want to
joy in
see.
it though, because the funny thing is, I've trouble with looking at content and knowing that it's purely for content's sake and it's not for it's not for like the enjoyment of the person who's making the content. But with this video, he went up because the horse flew up the staircase real quick and he's like, whoa, didn't expect that, and then he came down and he went back up. He did it like on camera 12 times.
Yeah.
12 times. He probably did it off camera like 45 times, and that's just because he had pure enjoyment from creating something and it being cool. Yeah. I think that's dope.
I like that. I loved his dolphin roller coaster episode. That was dope. I was like,
dolphin roller coaster.
I've never seen anyone put a dolphin in a minecart before.
Yeah. What's he up to?
Well, I'm sure people have. But yeah, like when he said in the Lawai video about like his comment section being the worst, it was he just said he was like working really hard on the Minecraft videos. Like really, really hard on trying to, and I was like, I don't know, I feel like you should just be like sitting down and, not that I'm going to tell PewDiePie how to do his job.
No.
But, like I feel like it should be more just him sitting down and playing Minecraft and then just throwing together the clips from it and not trying to make it a story. Like just discover the game. I loved him discovering the game.
I think he's done pretty much everything though.
Yeah, I mean, although that's you can't say that.
I mean, you
Minecraft.
can't do everything, but he's done pretty much. He hasn't respawned the Ender Dragon.
Yeah,
the big bad boss, which is fine. He defeated the Wither next to his house.
Yeah, smart kid.
He got the old what's the majiggy? The flappy
Elytra.
That one.
That one.
The flappy. I'm pretty sure.
The flappy.
What's he up to? He's
Yeah, because I liked I feel like mods could be the next thing.
Ooh, that's a good point.
But
actually.
like, I feel like some mod packs he'd just die, and like he just wouldn't be able to handle.
No.
Most
he wouldn't make a coherent
things.
video.
No, it'd just get lost in the 8,000 things that's in the mod
100%.
pack. He needs to go a limited one.
Yes.
Like 20 new things.
Correct.
That'll be dope. But yeah.
Okay, here's some stats because obviously there was the whole T series blow up, and you got to 100 million. It's like, wow, we got to 100 million. That's really cool. Oh, and series opening, sweet. Shh. We got. I wasn't.
Hey Siri.
Shut up. Get rich, scrub.
No, everyone watching the video is.
Got
Gotcha.
you. Whoa, probably didn't work. Honestly.
I'm sorry.
He's at 102 million subscribers.
Yeah.
It's a big number.
This is a big number.
23.9 billion video views total on 4,000 uploads.
Wow.
4,000. He's had 23 billion views on 4,000 uploads.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. That's an insane amount.
That's yeah. I don't want to do the math on that. I'm too tired for that. Yeah, but I like how we say like 102 million and the extra 2 million just like it doesn't mean anything in a number that big. But like for a normal YouTuber to have 2 million subscribers is kind of nuts. Like you're a solid YouTuber if you've got 2 million subscribers.
Oh heck yeah.
But his 100 to 102 just basically doesn't mean anything. But it's literally 2 million people that have subscribed to him. That's insane.
Yeah. Imagine 100 million. Wow. Just the thought of that is just...
It's nuts.
It's crazy.
What's the most watched video, do you know?
His most watched video?
Yeah.
No idea. I'll look it up.
Would he have like several 100 million or something or something?
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah. His average, like if you divide and average it out, it's an average of 5.6 million views on every video that he's uploaded.
That's nuts. And then
think
like
about
and
where
all
he
of those are like
started.
from the first 2,000
120,000 views, maybe 300,000 views.
Wow.
What
a legend. What a legend.
Let me find it.
I watched this. I read this scathing article about the Logan Paul versus KSI fight.
Oh, I was going to talk about that.
And
yeah.
it was like this boom. It was such a boomer article, man.
Yeah.
It was like this dude who's like talking about how it's not real boxing, blah 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 blah.
See,
I was like
so happy to debate that every day.
I was like the first one, sure, because they were wearing headgear. It wasn't a professional match, but like the second one, like they look like boxers. I'm sure they're not very good compared to actual legitimate.
Compared to like okay, if you were to say someone like Triple G Canelo, Lomachenko, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, they're not. They're not going to stand a chance.
Yeah, but they are professional boxers.
They're two kids who have trained for 3 years tops.
Yeah,
but that's their period of training. They've only probably trained in that for a year and a half, maybe.
Yeah. And that's like, and so I'm like,
and they were the head card.
Yeah,
and there was a belt. Did you see that?
Yeah.
On an undercard.
Yeah, that's what the guy was getting mad about because he was saying this is like a legend of the whatever weight it was. I don't even remember, but it was like he's like the legend of this. Yeah, and he was the undercard. He's like the stupid YouTubers, all these young kids with their blah 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 blah.
But like the response to that is but did he get the numbers? No. The numbers came from the fact that Logan Paul and KSI, two of the most polarizing, creators.
Yeah.
Not even just creators, like internet, like moguls.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
100%. Wanted to beat each other up. It was DAZN. DAZN is the company that kind of posted the fight. That hosted the fight, I should say. It's their highest grossing fight. Ever.
Oh, 100%.
Ever.
Yeah,
by
that's
a lot.
That's partly what this guy was getting mad about, and I'm like, really?
That's strange.
Get a life, man.
Yeah.
But so he was complaining about it and being like, oh, these two creators who are marked with controversy, Logan Paul's done this and this and this and KSI's done this and this and this. I can't believe that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, like...
That's trash.
You're just jealous. Like,
hey,
you're writing articles for a blooming newspaper while these guys are making hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Get over yourself.
PewDiePie's most viewed video. It's Bich Lasagna. The music video he made is like a diss track to T-Series.
Yes.
215 million.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive. That's some big numbers.
High viewership. The Logan Paul KSI fight is a really interesting one because it was very polarizing.
Yeah.
I've been a KSI fan for a long time.
Yeah.
Obviously. Loved his stuff from back in the day ski.
From back in the day, ski.
Back in
Yeah,
the day
I've
ski.
always, I haven't really watched KSI. I used to watch Paul just a wee bit.
I'm watching it more now.
I always liked Logan way more than Jake.
Just fair enough.
Why
would you ever like Jake Paul?
I know. I was just like, something about Logan is just like he was nuts and AWOL, but like his daily vlogs, man, to have that amount of energy every day, like it just
crazy, dude.
Man, the editing style was just so. It was very in your face, but it was kind of just like a big kick up the ass every morning. It was kind of like
pretty much.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But Jake, I was just like, are you good, man? Like, are you actually good?
Yeah.
Logan Paul seemed like a little bit unhinged, but Jake just seemed weird and complaining.
He's very separated from reality.
Yeah.
At this
Oh
point.
yeah. And then like, you see his video after the Logan Paul fight, like. Jake, it was titled like Jake Paul cries backstage after Logan Paul fight.
That is
posted by. I was like, is this some other content creator getting in
Someone
back there
else.
and sneaking up on finding him? And then I like looked at it and I'm like, it's Jake Paul's
posted
shadow.
by Jake Paul.
I was like, what?
It's wild. It's such a weird thought, eh?
What?
Yeah. Imagine being like Tommy Sunderland opens bag of Doritos.
It doesn't make any sense. It's like, there's like I cried backstage.
See, that's
that would make
normal.
more sense.
Like Logan posted a video saying I lost.
Yeah.
It's like fine. He didn't go all caps.
Logan Paul.
Red arrows in the title. Logan Paul lost and is
Logan
appealing
Paul
the fight.
lost.
Oh, that's actually a really interesting thought about that. Logan's come out. He's appealing
Oh yeah, because of the 2-point reduction.
The 2-point reduction hasn't happened in 20 years.
Wow.
20 years, and one of the times, the most publicized times, is when the air bite happened.
Oh. Yeah, see, that seems like a 2-point reduction.
Yeah, 100%.
If you bite someone's
and
ear in a boxing
that is the most
match.
ruthless thing that's ever happened in it. Now,
2-point. Wow. Yeah.
I've looked at both sides. You know, it's the 2-point deduction was not. Like, I'm not going to say that the ref did a bad job because he didn't. He's one of the best in the game. I won't diss him. But I think the 2-point deduction was a bit rough.
Yeah.
I think I know it was a dirty shot because it's actually illegal to hold your opponent and throw a punch. And he hit him clean once and JJ slumped, but then he grabbed him around the back of the head and hit him again twice.
Oh, okay.
And that's what made him drop. And then he hit him twice on the way down. So it was 4 illegal hits.
Yeah.
Essentially. It was still scored as a knockdown, which it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
And then JJ had a hit on Logan that should have been scored as a knockdown, but wasn't. If JJ's knockdown had been scored, no matter what happened with all the rest, whether it was counted as a knockdown and there were no illegal hits and there wasn't a point deduction, JJ would have won unanimously. So Logan's appealing, and so they're going to watch the fight back completely.
Yeah.
And going to see that JJ had a clean hit. And people were saying, oh, JJ hit him in the back of the head with an overhand right.
Yeah.
It's like anyone who's watched boxing for like even like a decent amount of time would understand that it's a legal hit because he hit him behind the ear. It's not the back of the head. The back of the head is like that area there. There was a pretty big super fight. Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury.
Oh yeah.
Deontay Wilder dropped him with the exact same punch.
Yeah.
And it was counted as a knockdown.
Yeah. See, that's
By the California State Athletic Commission, by their own standards, it was a knockdown. It didn't get counted as a knockdown because apparently he slipped. But you watch every angle of that hit, and as soon as he connects, the legs give out, and they don't give out from the feet; they give out from the knees.
Yeah.
That's how you know. That's how you know you've shaken the dude.
That's interesting. That's real interesting.
Yeah. It'll be real interesting to see how that turns out.
I watched some of the Jake Paul cries because I was just like super intrigued by that. I'm just like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. He looks like he's going through an emo phase, just slightly as well.
Eek.
It's like he's wearing all black. He's got a bunch of jewelry, kind of, and it's like, it's not like emo. It's like
it's niche. It's e-boy.
Yeah, like
E-boy.
he's definitely e-boy.
Yeah.
But like it was really weird because he was getting super upset about it and like yelling at the Logan's coach and stuff, and Logan was just kind of chill. Shannon, yeah.
Oof.
And
Yell at that man.
yeah,
Scary.
And they were like having an argument, and like it was weird. He was like super, and Logan was just like, yeah, bro, I didn't turn up today. Like we practiced, and like it was all yeah. I'm not blaming the coach. He was like he was spurring me on, and I was just like, but Jake's like getting upset, and then he's like, I don't know how to express this right now, but like I know I'm right because I'm the only one in this room that's like going against the grain, and I'm like.
Being right and going against the grain. That's not how that works at all. You can okay, here's the thought. This is going to be controversial. Controversial thought coming
Controversial thought coming in.
Please don't be offended because I'm not meaning to offend anyone. Do you reckon Hitler went against the grain?
Yeah.
You reckon he went against the grain? Do you reckon what he did was right?
No.
No, it's a drastic, and I'm not comparing Jake Paul to Hitler.
No.
But, that's essentially what he said. He said, I'm going against the grain, so I'm right.
Yeah,
that's not a given.
That's how he knew he was right.
I could drive I could drive on the right-hand side of the road the entire time, and people will give me honks, and I'm like, I'm going against the grain. Like, literally, I'm going against the flow of traffic. And I'm going to die. Yeah. But I'm right.
And so I was super confused about that. I was like, bro, that logic really doesn't stack up.
That is a bit funky.
Anyway, we're at past the half an hour mark.
We are,
now, aren't we? So,
but pretty happy with that.
So it was good.
Good recording.
Yeah,
nice.
Hope you enjoyed.
Yes.
Now we're gonna go into part 2. See you then.
Yes. See ya.
Podcast outro roll.
Gucky Gang.